Is that one of your most memorable?
What? When they got beat
Not the one you had in mind?
Maybe right.
Okay.
Then it was,
Carolyn, what's Dave's favorite candy?
All right, what?
Snickers?
Dave?
Yeah.
Okay. Fantastic. Ted, you are the winner of the Dave Trivia game. You know the most about Dave. Give Ted a hand. Thank you all for playing very much. Okay, now we just want to open up the floor for a time of sharing memories and stories and thank yous and anything that you would like to say about Don and Dave or to Don and Dave or anything. So Stu, I think is going to start us off. Yeah. And when Stu's done, just feel free to just come up here and share. Okay? Thank you.
Okay, I'm kind of nervous. First of all, a clarification on it's so hot in here. Okay, like it's challenged. We have an air conditioner in the back of the room, one of the challenges. And Dave and Manny would turn it all the way down. And it freezes out. And I turn it. So when they slip out, I turn it back up. So
you turn it off every time I walk out.
it's like, you know, it's so hot in here. That's good.
I was on Dave's side.
He never runs out of stories, so he told me stories all the time. But now, I finally get to tell a story to you all that I don't think he's ever going to share with anybody. We're going to be the ones to share it, and you can hear a lot about what Dave's done for us, and he had done a lot, but this one's kind of what we did for him. I think it's next week marks the 1 year anniversary.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
I think it was like a week before we left for college, except for Jack. Jack was with us. Should I just keep going with the story?
Let Blanche tell. He's good.
All right. Blanche will start it off. Or, I guess just tell the story.
I'll pass it on for you.
What?
You tell the experience.
Okay, all right.
I'll just give it to him because he. Okay. Well, first of all, we started out at Dave's house playing Ding Dong Ditch, right? Yeah. All right. So we did that, and that worked okay. And then we go to Kim and Scott's house, and we take.
Explain what that is.
Huh? Oh, you ring the doorbell and you run, and then Dave came out with no shirt on. Anyway, so then we go to Kim and Scott's house. You know, it's just our senior prank. We take all their furniture in the backyard, put it in the front yard, move around, stupid stuff like that. And while we're doing all this, we're thinking, let's go back to Dave's house and just. At first we were trying to say move the trampoline, it's a little big, but so we're like, let's get the green Herbie trash can and we'll take it around to the front porch and put it up on the front porch and stick blotch inside. And it's 1 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. So we go over there and put blotch inside, and here's a little bit what happened.
This is how it all went down, right? I was in the trash can, which was first was stupid to begin with. It was smelling, man. It was awful, right? Well, we said David, everybody, Sandberg and Jack were supposed to be behind me in this. If Dave came out and started whooping me, they were supposed to come out and help me out, but they were in the car waiting, right? Dave Wickstrom right here, he went in the back to see if Dave's light was on. And he came back and he said it was all good, right? So his light was on, we were gonna do this. So I hide in the trash can, right? And I reach up my head and I ring the doorbell and then go again. I was gonna scare him when he opened it. And so after doing it about 5 times, just ringing the doorbell over and over again, Bracken went back in the house and checked it. See, the light was still on. So Dave took his position on the other side of the house and Bracken went back there. And when Bracken went back there, he saw the light was turned off, right? So I didn't know, so I'm still banging on the door. I'm right there. So I'm trying to get Dave. I'm ringing the doorbell, banging and stuff, and David and Jim comes back right as he turns the corner to yell my name. Right? I ring the doorbell again, I see his hand go for the door, and I go, so I get down on my couch position again, I'm crouching, and all of a sudden, I hear the door open, I spring up right as he opened the door, and Dave's finished. Right on top of my head, and I as loud as I can, and Dave takes his other fist, starts banging the side of the trash can, over and over again, I'm flopping around, and on the end, all of a sudden, Dave, after he hit me a couple times, he decided a field goal kick me right off the front step. And then as I was laying there with my head on this concrete, like concussion, here comes Wixer giggling across the yard. And where was my backup crew? But sitting in a car, locked the door, and drove down the street, and sat there with the lights off. And I was getting chewed out by Dave. He's like, you moron! Trying to sleep! And so I was getting chewed out. And so after about 10 minutes after I got yelled at, Dave went inside. I crawled out of the trash can, moseyed myself on over to the car where everyone else was laughing. The car, the car locked. It hurt pretty bad.
Did you hear? Seriously, that was the funniest thing I've ever seen. I don't think I've ever seen it. Once I got to school in class, I'd think of it and just start laughing. It was the funniest sight I ever saw, and I wish Jack's video camera, we were going to use his video camera, but his battery was dead. If we had that on tape, that would have been all over the internet. There's so many funny stories. I think that the one thing I really appreciate from Dave is he taught me how to have fun being a Christian. He really did. Just how to kind of take it easy, lay back, and have some fun, and I especially got some of that Lake Junaluska, but telling us to skip up to eat ice cream. That was fun. But anyway, so that's our story, something we did for Dave, and wish y'all could have been there. And any of y'all have anything else to say?
Relationships built. Just as each square, every person has a place, and may you always remember every shining face that passed through SHUMY and was in some way touched by your teachings, caring, faith, and trust. Each square represents something uniquely special, but altogether it's truly monumental.
And to think about how I used to have hair before y'all sprayed that orange stuff on it. That's incredible. And Sarah last week, the way she was just bawling during the whole sermon, oh my gosh. Let's hang on. I was to hear your all stories. When Stu gets up and starts talking about VOA, Stu, I can't help but think about the time that we're delivering something for VOA, and I had my old truck down there in Bluegrass Aspendale, and this little boy comes walking across the front of the truck, and it's me and Kevin Applegate in there, and he just walks right in front of us where we have to stop, and as we stop, he just stops and looks at us, and he goes, "Go home, honky." And I've never been intimidated by an 11-year-old before, but we've done some incredible things together, and God has blessed us greatly. That's about the same place where I wrecked the Trinity Hill church bus too. Was in that very same spot. VOA, man, Kim, I remember, Kim, we were painting the floor down at the VOA Center one year, and Kim kept saying, she was a bossy kid too, and she was like, "Why are we doing this?" I said, "Because they want it done." She says, "But why? It's a perfectly nice floor that we're ruining with this paint. Why do they want this?" And we're like, "Just move everything from this side of the room, paint it, and when it's dry tomorrow, we're going to move it all back, and we're going to paint over here." And she goes, "That's the stupidest thing we've ever done." And she just kept saying that over and over, and all week long, we just kept saying, "Kim, get over it. This is what they want, and this is what we're going to do." And we've had some incredible men. Teddy, man, you come up here. Every time I see Teddy, I think about the first time that I ever dealt with Teddy as like a 7th grader or something, and he's out and he's decided to toilet paper the bus, the inside of the church bus. It's sitting out the far end of the parking lot, and he and Robbie, Robbie was, well, he and Robbie, they're out there toilet papering the bus, and I'm sitting out here in the lobby, and somebody comes along, and they say, "What are you doing? Why are you just sitting there?" And I said, "I'm watching these boys toilet paper this bus because I want them to get it good done, so that when they have to go out and clean it up, they have a whole lot more to clean up." But we've had some fun times together. And then Teddy, man, military school. Where are you, Teddy? Man, when you, military school, and I just remember that time you're like, I want to go to Winter Blitz. I'm like, don't you have duties? And you're like, yeah, but I'll get them done. And so we're in the bus on the way down to Winter Blitz. I'm like, so what'd you have to do? He's like, I had to get up and shovel coal all week just so I could go on this trip. And man, we've had some good times. And when your brother fell in that murky pool down there, and when all the kids came in, they said, we're playing Outpost, but there's coyotes running all around. And I'm like, y'all are nuts. And then I like talked to the guy that works there, and he's like, oh yeah, we've had some coyotes around here, and they took down a deer the other day. You better watch your kids. They all checked in. They kept checking in that one year with St. Luke too, because that's when all the counselors came in and said, y'all better go out there and watch your kids. They're a little competitive. We're like, oh. And they came in and they said, no, it's really getting ugly out there. We're like, no, they're just having a good time. Listen to LSU Kentucky games on the radio, leave us alone. And then they came in and they said, hey, your kids are like cussing at each other. We're like, okay, it's time to stop the game and praise God. So, hey, guys, you all, we love you dearly, and all those kind of memories and all those kind of things. Stephanie, remember the time that we're pulling away from the Cincinnati Mall on this shopping trip, and you're like, you come running up to the front of the bus, and you're like, hey, where's my sister? I'm like, oh, we're just pulling up to the door to get her. Somebody run in and look for Jimmy. Everybody's got their buddy, right? Jimmy and her buddy were still calling. So we had some good times, guys. And the kind of things that God has been able to work around us and work in spite of us and do among us, it's been incredible. And I want to thank you all for the time that we've had and the way that you all have played into me. And I did say it, I think, in the second service today, and I've been telling a lot of people lately that my identity, it's very much found in being a youth minister, being found a youth guy, much to my chagrin. But I will forever claim the identity of being the youth guy at Southern Hills, to come here and find just the perfect fit to be with you all, and the ministry that we've been able to accomplish together out of that. It forever will be a part of me, and I don't know that I will ever get rid of that moniker. I go to be now the Kentucky Conference youth guy, but forever I will be the Southern Hills youth guy. And I thank you for this season of time that we've had together, and just pray, we'll continue to pray for the ways that you all have an opportunity to continue to be in ministry. So thank you, and God bless in your all's going forward from this time. All right.
I never get to talk because he always does. So I want to say thank you too, because we've raised our kids here. One's going to go to college in a year, and Luke is, well. But we are so very grateful because you've loved us and surrounded us, and this is why David doesn't ever let me talk to you, because I cry. But I did want to share a story about Teddy. Where is he? Because when we first became the youth people here, and David left one little part of the story out. When he first came home and told me that they wanted him to take over the youth program, instead of being the leisure guy, my first reaction was, no way. I'd sort of had it. I was sort of burned out, even after only a short time. But what I've come to learn is that God always knows. And he led the way for us to take over. And but the story about Teddy is that we were going to Colorado skiing, maybe? And we were on our way back, and Teddy is known as the kid that will do anything for money. He will eat anything you mix up, he'll eat it, anything for money. So we were calmly in our hotel rooms on the way back overnight, and someone came pounding on my door and said, Teddy jumped off the roof. And the scary thing is that I believe that he probably did it. And he's laying on the ground. All his arms, I don't even know how he did it, laying in the bushes on the ground with his arms all crazy and his legs all bent strange. And they're all standing over him and he is moaning and groaning. I thought seriously he had jumped off the roof. So I ran down there and I'm yelling, where's Dave? Where's Dave? Call an ambulance, call an ambulance. He played this thing for 5 minutes, and I couldn't find him. I didn't know where he was. I think he was off getting coffee or snacks or something. And sure enough, Teddy played that thing out perfectly and had me believe in him the entire time. So there are memories that I have that I will take with me forever, knowing that, you know, there are many more kids that are probably going to be like Teddy. But I do want to say thank you to everyone, and it's been a privilege and an honor. So we love you all.